do?
Wake that ass up. And it's a new Wednesday, a new day to get some money, but the same type of hustle, and it's Live Hip Hop Daily.
And it's Working Women Wednesdays, brother.
And Working Women Wednesday, and on top of Working Women Wednesday, y'all heard what I said? Working what Wednesday?
What?
Entitled Working Women Wednesday, my dog X Malone is back on the couch, man. What's up, brother, man?
And I know y'all ain't seen me in a minute.
Yeah, man.
It's a pleasure and an honor.
Yeah, man.
You know, I had to come back for a real one because a real one on the couch.
It's a new month, April. You know what I'm saying?
April in the building, April. What y'all do for April Fools?
I ain't do anything for April Fools yet.
No,
I ain't did anything.
I fooled my wife. I told her I got a new wedding ring for her, and I gave her a Tiffany's box, and they didn't have a thing in it.
That's wrong.
It's April Fools.
Oh, that's
All right, so shoot, we got Miss Storm on the couch. What's happening, Larry Love? I heard you got a real one.
Yeah, we got a real one, man, Miss Storm. And let us introduce yourself to the world. Let them know how you spell your IG, your social, whatever to find you.
What it do? This is the real Miss Storm, and you can find me on all social media at the real Miss Storm. That's spelled MISSSTORM.
Okay.
So where that name come from?
Oh my God, it's a story behind that. But you know, I'm from Ohio. I'm from Warren, Ohio, which is a little small rural place in northern Ohio, right between Cleveland and PA.
Shout out to Ohio, man.
Yeah, shout out to Ohio. all day.
JB Ohio in here.
Yeah. So, you know, I used to run around and get into a few things as a young adult, and my name precedes me well. I got the name from the streets, you know. But I started to grow, and I changed that name into something great because, you know, you got to go through the storm to get to the rainbow.
Okay.
That's
So
true.
it's great. It's a great storm. It's a great storm.
That's true.
So what you rapping, acting, singing? What you doing?
Everything you just said. I'm the CEO of a production company, an all-female production company here in Atlanta called Ear Candy Productions.
Okay.
Shout out to Ear Candy
We get a lot of
Productions.
music placed in films, TV shows, reality shows, etc.
So I could say, so with you saying that, so far in your career, what's your most highest to the peak climax, I guess, piece of project content that you think you have completed so far?
Man, that is a hard question.
That you think, because not what the world
Right.
thinks.
With
but what you think.
okay. Well, I
think?
think personally, I'm completing a project right now. It's called Guns N' Roses, which is also a single that's doing phenomenal right now. It's placed in over 100 different commercials and films combined. And the project Guns N' Roses is based off of mental health.
Okay.
Growing up, I had a lot of people around me who suffered from mental health illnesses, very, very close, like my mother, you know, family members and friends. And, you know, growing up, I feel like it was something that artists never talked about.
No,
but artists struggle with mental health more than anybody.
Right.
I mean, being faced with having to be judged by the world constantly and meeting deadlines. I mean, it's constant. It's a constant battle, you know, and it takes a toll on your mental, your emotional state.
True.
I'm doing a project based around mental health, depression, and stuff of that nature. Suicide.
That's a dope project.
Suicide.
You know what I mean, to really come up with.
It's safe to say that they said, you know, black people are born with PTSD.
I believe that.
Do you believe that?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, I believe that.
You
I got
know,
a lot of PTSD I need to talk about right
You know
now.
what I'm saying? And
I ain't lying. I mean, it's real.
And that's a
It's
mental health
real.
issue in our community. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we talk about anything and everything in the hip hop and the culture, and that's something, like you said, a lot of artists
That's serious.
don't speak on mental health illness. You know what I'm saying? And being somebody, I guess, with that, that's your biggest contribution, and I like that because they say if you go out, you got to go out doing something. You know what I mean?
Yes, on your
know what I'm
love,
saying?
brother.
You know, I really believe that being an artist, being a singer especially, or a rapper, a poet, or any type of art that you do, we are contributing to the community. We have to make a good contribution to the community.
True.
You know, by telling our story. It ain't always a good story because my story is not a good story.
True.
It's a great story now,
Right,
but
right.
it was a struggle, a long
Me too.
struggle getting to this place, you
Okay.
know, and being in this business, working with great people, I've seen great turmoil with, you know, them fighting constant battles inside that don't get talked about, you know, and it's, I think it's time for it.
So many people often, you know what I mean, race to the fame and the stardom and all of that, but they don't really understand, like, a lot of people want it. That's a drug that everybody want to, you know, a hit of. But once you get it.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, I hate to be a Michael Jackson.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God. I couldn't imagine. Like right now, I want to say something. I have a couple of fans that, and I'm gonna try not to cry because I know I just put my makeup on. I'm trying not to cry, but I have a couple of fans who are in my DM constantly telling me that I motivate them, that I give them strength to want to keep going. Like I pray with people.
Yeah,
like, you know, this is, you know.
Yeah.
It just brings, like last night, I had a fan who likes my music, that likes a new song that I'm promoting. She reposted it for me, and she said so many kind things. And I was looking at it, and tears just started running down my face. And I'm just like, God, like I feel like I'm doing God's work.
Yeah, you are.
Know? And it feels really good to know that I have a platform to touch lives like that. And I want to keep touching lives like that in a positive way. I want to. So.
And from our experience from doing this, from the mainstream artists that we interviewed to the industry, to the oh, that's good. She's popping. She's popping. She's popping. She's popping. And for our YouTube audience, we on IGTV as well. We on Instagram and we on YouTube at the same time. Yeah. So we touch all platforms. We touch all platforms.
We done did a lot of upgrades, man. Rise and Ground Morning Show, man.
You got to. And like I was, about to say, with the more people that's been doing this from, the artists that start from the internet era to the artists that's been doing this from selling CDs from your mixtape, from the artists, from the actors that been recording before the YouTube days. You know what I'm saying? You had to mail in your shit to labels. It's like, where's your pack? Where's the I guess the strength in numbers, or where does it lie when, I guess, what's the best way I can say this? So far as the seriousness of the career, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists, actors, comedians, entertainers, a lot of them do it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, like you said, if you always have a platform of what you're standing for first and foremost, and then entertainment is going to be what may make you, I guess, or whatever the scenario of you trying to go with your career, but it always have to be a platform that you have to,
I will say this: I'm probably one of the most unique people that's going to sit on your couch.
I like that,
and I'm gonna tell you why. Most artists, and it's not being bragful or boastful, it's actually a true testimony.
I like that.
I've been singing professionally since I was 15 years old. I toured with Kirk Franklin and the Family, and I was doing straight gospel.
Okay.
I got pregnant, at 16.
Okay.
And I had to let that go, and once you bring a child into the world, they ain't asked to be here. So
right.
I put my personal exactly, right. And I put my personal wants on the back burner to be a mother and raise my daughter, and I did that. She's 18 now. Thank Jesus.
That's dope.
Thank you, Jesus. But like I said, Lord. But no, I want to say this though.
That was a speed bump.
Right. But so what I did was I gained weight. Okay. I started to look at myself different. I started to have, I went to a slope of depression. Yeah. And so I shied away from the limelight at the peak. I mean, I'm touring with legends, as a teenager. My career was already planted, planted. And I took a step back and I focused on what was important to me because, my mother raised me with integrity and morals and values, and that's family come first. Okay. So, but behind the scenes, I was working with everyone. I've been writing since I was 17 years old, writing, so I had my first platinum record when I was 26.
That's real.
That's
real.
So why I say I'm probably going to be one of the most unique people to sit on this couch. People artists are trying to get, the industry people to know who they are, to fuck with them, to roll with them, to sign them. I've done all that already. Now I got to build the fans. Like my music is playing in venues and restaurants and elevators and hotels and hospitals and grocery stores, and no one knows who I am.
That's the beauty of it.
I was shopping.
That's the beauty of it.
I was shopping at Phipps in a Gucci store, and it was a lady. My song was playing Guns N' Roses, and the girl put the phone up and she Shazammed it. She was like, "Storm, who is Storm?" And I'm right here behind her, shopping, looking through belts. She didn't know who I was, and I'm like, "This is crazy! Like this is freaking crazy." It feels good. You know why? Because I can go to the Walmart. I can go to the Goodwill, which you can find me in the Goodwill. You know what I mean? I'm real, and I don't have to be bombarded. Ain't nobody outside my crib when I take my wig off. Ain't nobody looking like, oh, her wig is off. Listen, next paparazzi gonna take pictures.
So that's what I'm gonna say.
I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit. Let me make that clear. I don't want that. I'm real, y'all.
That's good.
I don't want that.
So and that's what the struggle of new artists is they can't do that. Like a lot of these new mainstream artists, they can't go to Walmart. They can't live their regular life. They can't even go to your regular club, because if they go there on a Saturday night, the promoter's gonna charge them $5,000 because they know who they are. Man. So I hear these stories every week out. So you should
already.
I think so for the ones that right now you're looking for royalty checks. They don't even these artists is not thinking about royalty. They're thinking about the right now.
Because the fame is what everybody really chasing after.
So I'm glad you gave that spiel.
It ain't. But you're right though. You're right.
Right. So like you said, that's
the fame don't pay. I mean, they pay a little bit. You got a big following or whatever like that. People will pay you a little bit of walk through money. People pay you to come. And that's a part of the reason why I'm on this radio promo tour right now. I'm trying to get people out there to know who I am, know what I've done, because nobody know. And I'm comfortable with that. But fans, I want them to know I'm the person behind this song.
Right.
Person,
Now in your career, you're just trying to match that face up with that.
Right.
name
I'm going backwards.
You ain't going backwards. I think it's just for the more seasoned artists that's in the game, because I know artists that I work with from the 90s to the 2000s to now. It's just you was taught different.
Right.
You was taught different. You didn't have internet era.
Yeah.
We was just talking about yesterday with my shout out to Preco Hustler from yesterday. We was just talking about with the artists that came through. Yo, internet right now is the number one thing for our artists right now.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? If you were signed to a major label in 1999, you couldn't just pick up when you want
Everything
to
was
and hop up. You know why? Because your A&R, your manager has your fucking phone when you around people. You couldn't go to a club or have a personal party. You know why? Because they take phones at the door now, but back in the day, you wasn't even having no phone in the car.
You was living real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You was enjoying the moment, living in the moment. These people want microwave shit. Ain't nothing real no more. And it's just, I'm adjusting.
And you're innovating. You're innovating
I'm
yourself.
Definitely innovating. But I'm adjusting to the harsh reality of this business.
Right.
And I say business because this is business. This is a job, just like any other job. And people get in here and like, oh, I want to dance around, I want to make music, this and that. But this is a business, and I encourage artists to know the business because it is a business. You the CEO of you. You are your investment.
Right.
So
talent is the third thing on the list.
Exactly.
Ooh, I like that.
Exactly.
Talent is the third thing on the list for the artists that and you really getting it, and you know what I'm saying, that really is taking it to another level.
What?
Business is the number one thing, then politics is the number second. The number two thing is politics. Then the third thing is business. I mean, it's talent. And the fourth thing is your image.
Yep.
Image is the fourth thing.
I say the third thing is your image because people ain't even listening to people.
So
we're gonna move. Dope, you look good. Then they'll tune into you.
We're gonna take politics out. We're gonna take politics out.
Yeah, if you don't look good, they ain't even listening.
Business, talent, and then image. That's what we're gonna say. And then politics.
No, I'm gonna say business, politics, image, then talent.
Okay.
Because nowadays you really don't have to. I seen a white girl, and I ain't mean to take the interview, but I seen a white girl, and she was on, hip hop, but she had the big O's and all of this.
Yeah.
She got 1 million likes, and everybody blowing kisses at her and everything.
Yo, but
because she looked like a porn star.
But I had to go 30. Posts down to actually see some actual
talent
videos. But shoot, by then I was already caught. I had already hit the follow button one time.
And that's the perception.
See, now you see.
Now you got caught in the perception.
Images even before talent.
I did.
Images before talent.
But and I guess being an artist is a lot of artists don't know that though.
Yeah.
They don't really know that. Like especially rappers. Rappers are very not to say that all rappers are ignorant, but some rappers they're more stuck on self and they're more care about them and their people. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's a part of
you know
the
what I'm saying?
culture
It's
of
part of it.
hip-hop,
Right.
It's part
Right.
of the culture,
And I think when you get to that point, you pay somebody to worry about your representation.
You do.
You pay somebody to talk to you.
That's where I'm at right now.
So you know what I mean?
Because I'm telling you, I'm not even gonna lie, I was nervous coming here because I'm like, God, I asked God, I said, God, control my tongue because I'm just a real person. I enjoy being a real person. I'm not going to allow this
But
business.
we ain't radio, so you don't got to be nervous
I'm not going to allow this business to taint me, though. I'm not going to allow this business to make me something I'm not. I'm a real person. I'm going to be a real person. That's what I'm known for. The people that around me are real. And if they ain't, I X them out my circle because it's just too much fakeness around.
All right, well, since you're keeping it real, I got a real question.
What you got?
What them DM looking like? Because I see on one of these.
What them DMs looking like?
You got the Jamaican Nathan dress
Hey,
on.
black gold.
And then you got the hip out.
I told you the Charlamagne.
That hip be out.
I told you the Charlamagne.
I'm a hippie.
I see.
I can't
what
help
the
the
DMs
hips.
looking like? Because
Man, my DMs is dry, really. You know why? Because I'm a woman of class, and ain't nobody gonna come on my DM talking no craziness.
Okay.
Because how I carry myself. You can look all through my IG. You're not gonna see my ass out. You might see a little thigh. I mean, I can't help how I'm shaped. I'm made like this, but you're not gonna see me. Oh, look, fuck me.
Yeah.
That's my style.
How you feel about that? Now you being a young black African American
woman,
we going through a situation.
And I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you say that because I want you to continue this. I'm glad you say that.
See, I'm the Charlamagne, but I'm more so like conscious too. I'm like,
but I'm glad you say. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna give you the floor back. With him saying that, the Cardi B situation of her coming out publicly last week. I don't know what you know, but it was a 3 year. It was a 3 year video dug up. It was a 3 year video dug up. So he just said a woman of class. With that come her to her.
See, y'all giving. First of all, a woman of class is a woman who's worked a 9-to-5 job or worked herself into a corporate position of something, or done community service or nonprofits.
And they
Not
had
a
to suck
stripper.
down dick, and they had to
Okay.
suck
Ain't
down
nothing
dick.
exactly. I've never.
So that's what we praising the wrong thing. We praising the wrong thing.
Exactly. So let me say this: Miss Storm has never been a stripper.
Okay.
I've never stripped. I've never worked at a nightclub. I've never even worked in a restaurant. I've always
Nothing
worked
against strippers.
Nothing against strippers. I have a
Nothing
lot of
against them.
conglomerates
Let's
that
say
are strippers.
Let's because we have a big stripper.
I'm sure.
Nothing against
I'm
strippers.
sure.
You
Nothing
sure?
against strippers, but let
Why
me
you
just say
sure?
this though. I'm sure you do because
Okay.
most females in this business started off as
Yeah,
strippers.
True.
And and they got themselves in there that way and wiggled in that way and whatever else happened on that scene.
Right.
And we all know how the game go. I know how the game
Right,
go. I'm a
right.
chick. I know how the game go.
Right.
I mean, I could be sitting up here and all
We
offended
ain't gonna
right
give
now
all
if
the
I was
game.
playing
We ain't
that
gonna
game,
give all the
but
game.
I'm not playing.
We're
that
not
game.
gonna give all the game on one interview.
Right? No, definitely not. But
Stories to be sold, not to be told.
exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly.
Proceed.
The Cardi B situation is real. One thing about Cardi, I fucking love Cardi B. Let me make that understood. I love Cardi because she's 100.
Yeah, she
she's
is.
100.
Yeah.
She letting you know, yeah, my boobs is fake. Yeah, I got my teeth done. Yeah, I used to be a stripper. Yeah, I done hit a couple licks. That was a part of the lifestyle that she was living. But she's morphed. She's changed. She's elevated. That's what it's about.
True.
Pastors done some fucked up shit.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Pastors.
True.
Matter of fact, I don't even listen to my.
I was gonna ask
I can't even listen to a pastor who ain't got a dark side that he didn't persevere through. Because God takes His favorite children through the most.
Yes.
Amen.
That's what I know.
Amen. Hallelujah.
So am I against what she did? I can't say that it's something that a path that I would have chose.
Okay.
But I understand what she had to do to get to where she at, and I think that as a culture. One thing I really I don't like about our culture is that every time somebody do something good, they're like, oh, yeah. And then every time they do something bad, they're like, oh, well, this, and that. It's like we always finding a reason to point the finger. Let that person live their life. She's trying to raise her daughter. She's married. She's doing a lot of positive things, too. Let's focus on those, So.
This is the culture, like you said, that we live in, and the people love
drama.
Yeah.
Versus,
know.
what someone actually really does positive in life.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you steer away from being an artist? How do you steer away from that negative condensation that people try and place on you versus the positive where you're trying to get to propel your artistry to the next level?
Being in this business for a long, long time, I'm my own PR. I revert everything. So you like, is you out here on the corner sucking dick? Are you out here on the corner sucking dick? Did you start that fight down at, were you there at that fight? You know what I'm saying? You revert that stuff and get that negative energy up off of you. And then if I find out that you that type of person who glorify that drama and that dark negative energy that ain't paying none of my bills, you got to go. I erase you from my circle. I can't even allow it. I don't allow it.
Big circle or small circle?
Small circle.
Small circle.
Yeah. So any of y'all cats out here that's going to the club and y'all be showing up 50 deep, half of
it's
y'all,
a rat somewhere.
Crew is
Definitely. It's a rat. It's a rat. It's no way.
Yes, man.
It's no way.
So
most of them is yes.
I got a question for you. Being that where you at in your career, you still seasoned experience. If you had a choice right now, to either go in the studio to work with 3 of the 4 of the hottest producers right now, or to make a premiere in this Netflix or movie premiere, which one would you choose right now?
I would go into the studio with the 4 hottest producers and then place the music in Netflix. Yeah. Definitely.
That's how you got both of them.
Yeah, definitely. Why do one? Because see,
hey, Jay Blee, we ain't heard that one yet. You heard what she said? She would go with the producers and then take the movie.
Yeah,
the shit back
definitely.
to
You
Netflix.
got to have good product to get it placed in licensing. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't.
Because you have some
Universal
artists
isn't picking up nothing that's not A1 quality ready for for TV.
You have some artists that will go be in the film. They might want to be an actor role. So that's why I asked. You may have some artists like we were just talking. For the very hood artists like the Big Bank Blacks that made it to the Superfly movie. You know what I'm saying?
Great movie, by the way.
A lot of people,
I haven't seen it, but
right?
Great movie.
But
Great movie.
he had the street persona of one of Atlanta's elite gangsters. You can't talk to him, but this nigga just made a movie.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So for his career, he needed something to show that he's accessible. So that's why
music
I
is a
asked that
stepping
question.
stone.
You like that question right there?
Yeah, that was good. I think music is a stepping stone. Music, I don't want to say it has an age limit. I don't want to say it has a time
limit. It's timeless.
It's not. But there becomes a point where your bones and stuff, life, your body, genetics, gravitational pull starts to happen, and you're going to have to sit down. The shows ain't going to be like Beyonce out here. After a while, they're going to be sitting down. Like,
It's a young person's game. It's a young person's game.
And so, you take what you've done, you get from that, and then you persevere. You get some endorsements. You get into the acting. You can act until you're 100, 300, 400 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it's a stepping stone. Get your name out there one way, then build on that.
Right.
But I like how our people just in our culture have taking a situation, because you know, at black men, black women, it's only a couple of lanes you can actually win in: rapping, acting, football, basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at least we getting to the point where we're conscious enough to understand what's going on and say, all right, well, if I need to do one of these things to bust my way in,
Right.
and then show my creative talents through other ventures.
Right. You gotta.
That's what I got.
You got, yeah,
That's what I got.
yeah. You got to play the trends first, and then you bring them back to you. You know what I'm saying? Once you play the trend, once you play whatever, then you can bring them back to the original content.
That's what I'm doing right now.
You got and
Well, go ahead and drop your IG one more time. Tell them where to follow you.
Yes, guys, my IG is The Real Miss Storm. That's TheRealMissSSSTORM. Thank you.
And before you get out of here, just to influence the young girls or the women that's trying to do what you're doing, or your fans that's watching right now, what's one thing for the women that's sitting at their corporate America jobs at the office that's thinking about a change or anything? What's one thing that somebody can take from you from this interview?
God, I moved to Atlanta from Ohio with nothing. I loaded up my Cadillac sedan DeVille and my children in there and put everything I could fit from our house when we transported here, and we slept without a bed. We ain't have nothing. You know what I mean? And if you really want something, go after it. That job gonna be there. You can go get a job anywhere.
Sure.
You know, you don't let your children or your husband or anyone prevent you from being what God wants you to be. If you wake up and think about it, you go to sleep thinking about it, that's your purpose. That's what you need to do.
That's real.
Fuck that job.
That's real. Hey, you see the look at that pillow? That's crazy. Look at that pillow.
Fuck that job.
Look at that pillow.
You can get a job anywhere. Do what you're
Look at
supposed
that pillow.
to do.
That's crazy. She said that. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. DJ Larry Love, X Malone, J Black behind the camera, man. We'll see you tomorrow, man.